What's going on, everybody? This is Alex Pachan, the Sports Card Stallion, on behalf of FilthBombBreaks. And today we have a very special guest hailing out of Sacramento, California. At 20 professional wins, the ear collector, Max Pain Griffin of the UFC welterweight division. Let's go. What's going on, Max?
So Alex, how are you, man?
I'm doing really good, especially after seeing your fight this weekend and you coming out on top.
Yeah, man, I'm freaking freezing cold. Just hopped out of my mod tub, cold plunge. I got in shit like half hour ago, and I am so cold. My
Shout
hands
out
are
Mod
white,
Tub.
like, ugh. It's hella good for recovery. But I'll tell you what, once you take about a week out the cold plunge, like my fight, I mean, I'm in it every day, twice a day.
What's the temperature on that
I'm
water?
42 right now on there.
Dang.
It's cold, bro.
Is that like equivalent to like when everybody fell from the Titanic into the water? Is that like the same?
Pretty close. Yeah, I think anything under 50 is a cold plunge.
Yeah.
And it's freezing cold. I think my body kind of gets used to it if I'm in it twice a day every day. But if I take a week off and don't get in, and I get in, painful. So we're going through that. Yeah, we're going through that right now.
All right. Well, let's warm up then. Let's warm up. Are you ready to get into it?
Let's go. Yes.
All right. So you fought Jeremiah Wells this past Saturday and you won via decision. And me as an observer, you seem to have mentally been on a higher level in this fight. What was different about this fight compared to just your last one mentally?
You know, I did an interview with UFC.com and I was talking about being more primal and being this more like F you in there. You know, I get I do have a lot of experience. So that could be a detriment too to you. You know, that could be if you know a lot and be a little more cautious on some things. But Jeremiah was a dangerous guy, dangerous fighter, swinging, man. Kept swinging for the fences. But I know I had to be clean. I had to be disciplined because he's that dangerous. So, you know, I did everything right. Did everything from the last fight. Really worked on, you know, some wrestling and getting those takedowns, winning those positions, getting up. You know, the game plan was beat him up. He takes you down, get up, and beat him up again.
Yeah, you took a lot.
The wrestling transitions were really good. I have really good wrestling coaches, really good grappling teammates. And I was able to use that shit, man. I watched the fight back and he took me down for a second and I got to my hip and got up and fought the hands and I did everything I needed to do, man. Did everything we do in practice and it worked out. You know, it's hard sometimes to translate training into the fight and it worked out. Yeah, we were just working that 2-on-1 off the double and off the single, like backstage with Ryan Loader, man. Yeah, Cody Linton's been holding me down. Yeah, I just got up like no problem, man.
There was one moment where, like, you know, Wells is wild, and that's why you fought him the way that you did. You know, just staying on your toes, kind of on, like you said, on the outside. Because one connect, like that he's got tree trunks for arms, right? So one wild connect, and you're down. And what I saw was one of the cleanest. When you're wild like that, you can also get off balance, and you caught him off balance.
Yeah.
And I saw one of the cleanest takedowns I've ever seen in the UFC, and you just pancaked him, and that alone had to have gotten you definitely a lot of points.
Yeah, you know, he was super dangerous, and he's the type of guy that when you throw, he throws right back. Anything he that's when he attacks. You throw, he attacks, and I didn't watch any film on him, and I know that I've seen him knock a lot of people out. Like just when I tune in and see him fight, he knocks the guys out. So he's a tough guy, brutal guy. But I mean, you fake and he throws, you know. So it was a lot of feints, a lot of ones and twos, a lot of pulls, throwing. Then he threw and I threw back. It was a lot of freaking that because he's so explosive, man. He's probably one of the most explosive guys I ever fought in my life, really. He
Oh,
might be the most explosive guy.
I can imagine. Yeah. You
Looking
have a
back.
new coach who we don't know much about. Can you tell us who he is and why he was brought into your circle?
You talking about Coach Joey, maybe?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Coach Joey Rodriguez, boxing coach, Team Alpha Male. I've been working with him off and on a little bit, but this last 3 months, things kind of moved around, and um, really started seeing him 2 days a week, and even a little bit more, and really working some things. Really working. He's real smart. He's real smart. Real smart. I mean, he's been Clay Guida for years, Josh Emmett, Darren Elkins. A lot of guys over there getting their stuff clean, and um, started working with them. And I've just seen so much growth and in my stance and just my safety of being in there, man. Just being under your feet and making the right reads and moving your head and all this. It's small stuff at this level because I'm a good fighter, but it's these small tweaks like on a car. Once you're at the high level, just this gear, that gear, just small little tinkering to make the best thing happen. And he actually came out during. He wasn't going to be out there, but my coach Justin Ewan, shout out to Ronan Striking. He's been my MMA coach since I was an amateur, man.
Yeah.
Years, 16 years, all these hella years. And he's noticed I was actually hitting pads with him on Sunday before the fight. He's like, bro, your hands and everything is so clean right now. He's like, um, Coach Chewy's doing a great job. I'm not selfish. What do you think if he came out there with you instead of me? And I was like, damn. I wasn't even thinking about that, now that you mention it. But
Yeah. He probably hopped on that opportunity pretty quick, didn't he?
yeah, so I hit him up and talked to Justin a little bit more. He's like, yeah, man, it's the chemistry you have right now, and just I'm seeing what you're doing right now. Like, I think it'd be better if he could continue that out there with you. And so I hit up Joey. I said, what are you doing Saturday? He said, yelling at my effing TV while you boxes full up. And I said, what about coming out there? And he said, F yeah. And he was there, man. He came through. Such a great coach. We learned so much from him out there, just in general. So did Loader, my other wrestling coach, learned a lot just being around him. He's a great coach, man. Yeah. I have a lot of coaches and still have a lot of coaches, and he's one of the better coaches. He's world class. Yeah, he's world class all the way around, man.
And Loader still fights actively too, doesn't he, on his own?
Yeah, Loader, man. He might get on this. He's trying to get him on Ultimate Fighter, so hopefully we can make that happen. Middleweights coming soon, so hopefully he's doing good in his interviews and stuff. So hopefully he can get in there. But yeah, Loader's a monster, bro. Loader, yeah, you guys will be seeing his name on the lights pretty soon here.
Let's go.
Great fighter.
All right, Max, what do you enjoy most about being a professional UFC fighter, both inside and outside of the octagon?
Oh, man. What I like the best? Well, I feel like I don't work, really. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I get to work out. I work out every day. I get
Right,
to go
that's
to the
work too,
gym.
though. People got to realize, like, that's work too. But if you're talking like you enjoy this, so if you're saying you're not working, then I can tell you definitely enjoy it, for the most part.
Yeah, I
Getting
love
hit
it,
is a
man.
different thing, I'm sure.
I love improvement. I love growing. I love getting better. I love learning new stuff, learning new moves, getting better at things. But I have such a good circle. I was at a men's retreat for one of my yoga homies, Michael Fong, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. And with a bunch of guys, like Silicon Valley guys, a bunch of, guys with money and stuff. And they're good people, but I got to work them out and work out and talk to them. And a lot of them don't have like camaraderie, like like with other dudes, you know, like with other men, man. They're like, man, we
Sure.
haven't done nothing like this. And I was thinking like myself, like I'm in the morning wrestling with my homies and I'm trying to choke each other out. And then we're punching each other in the face. Then we're going to have lunch. And then we're smoking a bowl.
Right.
And we're freaking going to go run some hills. Like, I'm blessed to have such like a good circle of like homies that I freaking work out with, shed blood with, get better with, and grow like every day. And that's a blessing as well. Because a lot of guys don't have like a bunch of friends like that they see all the time and get to work with and grow together. So that that's a part of it that I really like. I don't feel like I'm working. I'm hanging out with friends and we're getting better. We're on the same destination, the same journey to be the best in the world. You know, we're
Yeah.
so that's fun. So it doesn't feel like I'm working there, but I mean I am waking up early and running and doing all the stuff, but I enjoy it. I do like a lot of flexibility though with the UFC stuff. I only have to fight
Mhm.
2 or 3 times a year, so the whole other time I make my own schedule. If I want to go to my son's wrestling meet, then I can go. If I want to go to breakfast with my mom for her birthday, I don't have to call anyone. You
Right.
know, I just say, hey, I tell my friends I'm not going to be at practice or I'll be there later. You know, I don't have to call my boss and ask permission to do shit. I just um,
Exactly.
make my own schedule, which is nice too. So,
Yeah. American dream. I mean, it's
yeah.
it's freedom. You're essentially your own boss until the day, until the day you gotta fight. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's freedom right there to not to be able to do what you want during the day and make your own schedule and not always be on someone else's time.
Yeah.
You're on your own time, which is
Yeah.
nice,
It
which is
feels
awesome.
right, man. It feels right. I'll do as long as I can.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Can you talk about, we're getting a little deeper here. Can you talk about the sacrifices that you've made during your fighting career to get to the point to where you are today?
Man, sacrificing. I mean, it took me a long time to get here. I'll tell you that. I mean, I've been fighting for 17 years, UFC 7 years. Um, I mean, most of that time I was working full time, 2 jobs. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't always used to be home, at my kids' birthdays.
Right.
I had to work full time.
Yeah.
And then
Where'd you
before
work at?
that,
What kind of job did you have?
17 years ago, where was I? Was I doing roundtable then? Man, I used to make pizza. I used to work at Round Table Pizza. I was a manager over there.
Yeah.
I used to do construction. Um, I used to build cubicles, like in office buildings, like
Okay.
offices, and then I ended up working at Blue Shield of California, doing like the corporate stuff. So I've had many jobs,
Yeah.
always full time because I always like lived on my own. So I had bills. I didn't get to live with my mom while I was fighting and shit. So I had kids too, so I had to work. But I remember going to work out in the morning, 6 in the morning, S&C, and then I go to work, and then at work I work out, and I get out of work. Yeah, on my lunch I was like running hills and shit, and then after work I would train all night. I did that for years, man, at least 10 years, like
Wow.
years, like the whole time that I worked, the whole time that I've been fighting, I worked the whole time
Yeah.
until about 2018. Yeah. 2018, I got fight of the night in Brazil against Elizu Zaleski dos Santos. Say that freaking 10 times fast. But yeah, that was in Sao Paulo. We got fight of the night, 50 G's, and I used that money, that lump sum, to pay all my bills for a year so I could fight full time. Rather than, I remember being in other fights, hey, getting on the plane. All right, you guys, we gotta go to work. You're like, you work?
Right.
You work? Like, yeah. Yeah, I work. So now that I've been able to just focus on fighting and spread out my schedule more, and I've been healthier, happier, it just made more sense. But I mean, it took so long. I mean, 2018. So you're talking, oh, yeah, since I was 21. Yeah, I mean, I was fighting nothing but sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
Nothing but it, with the ultimate goal in mind, knowing that I'm gonna make it at freaking the college at 4 in the morning in the pitch black by myself, running stadiums, like
Yeah.
out there by myself. Like no one wanted to do shit with me. I was crazy.
Right. You were the only one in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, some guys would
Running.
come later in the day. We might do like the 7 o'clocks. But
Yeah.
when I was out there 4 in the morning, it was pitch black and the real hard shit. I was alone.
Yeah. I mean, they always say that somebody out there right now, even while we're talking, is working to be in the position that you're in right now. It's crazy to think that, but it's true. And not just somebody, it's probably hundreds of people, right?
Yeah,
Um,
no, I mean, you have
that
to.
keeps you on your toes.
That's why you can never stop working, man. Never stop learning. There's always someone else. There's always
Yeah.
someone coming.
So yeah, it sounds like during that 10-year period, you didn't sleep much.
No.
I was always told that sleep is the cousin of death. So sleep when you're dead.
Yeah. 50 Cent says sleep is for those who are broke. That's what
Right.
50 Cent said.
Makes sense. I mean, if you have money to spend, you can't sleep. You can't spend
Yeah.
it when you're sleeping, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Max, you're a marketing machine. Your last 5 fights in a row, you've gone the distance with a winning record. This was the last fight in your UFC contract. Your worth to the UFC is very obvious. When will we find out what's next for Max Pain Griffin?
UFC. UFC. No, man. I believe the UFC is where it's at. It's my last contract. Things have been weird in the fight world lately, but UFC's king. UFC's king. It's my time. I've been here for so long. 7 years. Yeah, it's time to get numbers by my name. March up this list. I'm ready to beat these guys up. I mean,
Yeah.
there's been. Well, I feel like a lot of the top 15, they're protected, fighting guys. I'm a tough fight for everybody, so I need to get in there. I got some big wins coming. Some guys to bust up, some guys to hurt. It's my time.
Yeah. Yeah.
My time.
I personally believe you've turned over a new leaf with this last win in your career. And I'm curious if there's anyone. You just mentioned the top 15. Obviously, like you said, they're protected. It makes sense. But
Yeah, I mean, you got guys in there that have been there forever
yeah,
that they
yeah,
won't fight. They're still ranked.
yeah. Well, it's a business at the end of the day. We both know that. And you don't want to see somebody who is so marketable get taken down. That's just the way it is. If I'm the owner, I don't want my best employee get taken down. I don't want, even if I own a grocery store and they're stocking shelves and they can stock half the store in a day where everybody else can stock like 2-3 aisles. Like I want my best guy protected. It makes sense as an owner of a company. Is there anyone you'd want to officially call out that you would want to fight next?
I want to fight them all, man. Who's ahead of me? Neil Magny. Man, if I get that one back one of these days, I smash him. Kiesa's in there. They got who else is up in there? Jeff Neal. Always want to fight him. Luke always wanted that. Ian Gary. I'd love to beat up Ian Gary. That'd be nice.
Why would you want to beat up Ian Gary? Come on.
Man, he's just been talking a lot, rubbing people the wrong way, rubbing me the wrong way. Yeah, Ian Gary would be nice. I think that would be a good one. But I just want to move up. I just want to fight more. I'm ready to go, man. I got something for everybody. So
Let's
it's all
go.
love. It's all business too.
Let's go. You heard it here first, you guys. All right, Max, thanks for coming on the show, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good day.
Follow us on the Fanatics Live app at FilthBombBreaks. Are you ready to break with us?
Sound the alarm!